Happy vlog day, my loves. Today is Thursday for me, but Friday for you. This is the closest to Friday that I've ever done my vlog. It's because this week was really hectic. Monday I did not work at all, which I probably should have did my vlog then. But I was actually just resting. Like Monday I rested after celebrating my partner's birthday with him this weekend, which we'll talk about. And then Tuesday, I was the first day back at work. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to sit down and like truly do my vlog. Wednesday, which was yesterday, the baby was home. And I try to do my vlog when there's nobody home so I could just speak freely. And so that brings us today at Thursday. As the year wraps up and we get closer to things like winter break for school, and we just kind of don't know what's gonna be what the house gonna look like as far as guests and things of that sort. We might get a little inconsistent with our vlog, but we'll see. I can also, if I'm being honest, feel the sadness of grief kind of creeping up on me. So if I be a little too sad to come before y'all, I will of course post and be transparent about that. But let's get into it. So this week we are going to give a bit of an update of what's going on around the house. I am going to talk a little bit about grief, not a whole lot, because I think next week I'm truly going to kind of lean into what I'm feeling right now as far as grief goes. And for the most part today, we're going to talk about crochet because I just closed our crochet business for yet another successful year of handmade awesomeness. And I just kind of want to talk about some things that I have learned. And hopefully if somebody watches my vlog that does crochet, they can pick up any tips that have helped me, because I'm literally just doing this shit as I go, learning as I go. And it is a great thing, but it is also a scary thing. And so if I can help it be a little less scary for anyone out here doing, excuse me, y'all, my hair look a little dry. If I can make it a little less scary for anyone out here doing it, I'm definitely gonna try to do that. And so today is just gonna be full of crochet tips and things that I've learned in this last year of business. So let's talk about it. First, let's give a quick update of what's going on around the house. Like I said, soon it will be winter break. My youngest stepson, it's kind of touch and go as to how many days during winter break we're gonna see him. It used to be soon as winter break came, I knew that I would have him across the house from me and we would be vibing, hanging out, spending time. That's actually not true anymore. His mother had a another baby. I think I talked to you guys about this, and that baby is now 2. And child care for that baby is not cheap. And my stepson is 10. And we've all experienced, well, not we've all, because I'm a younger sibling. But everybody has experienced needing to babysit their, younger siblings or cousins or what have you. And so right now, we really don't see my youngest stepson a lot because his mom is kind of having him assume that more responsibility in that home. Of course, I voice, my concern because I do miss my baby. And beyond that, I want him to remember that he is a baby. But I also understand both sides of it. Like, he actually needs that level of accountability. He needs that level of responsibility because I'm also realizing that, like, he himself was kind of behind as far as like just being able to take care of himself. And I think that this responsibility actually is going to be helpful for him. We just have to constantly be communicating about it, in my opinion, to make sure that we don't overwhelm him or make him resentful of any of us. And I say us because I feel like it's not enough as a kid to be just resentful to your mom for doing it. Like your dad and his partner, and he sees my youngest literally sees me as his stepmom. Like I feel like my oldest, we're getting to that point. But my youngest, I've been in his life since he was 2 years old. I've been in his life since he was crawling on my back and holding on to me. And now he's damn near my height. So he really sees me as a mother figure in his life. And I don't want him to look back on his life and go, why didn't Rika say something? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't she step up? Why didn't she do something? So I always make sure that I speak up. I always make sure that I check in on him. And I make sure that his dad does. And I feel like that's kind of the extent that we can do right now because she really does need the help. And as the daughter of a single mother, I would never sit back and be like, well, you got to figure their shit out because we have too many people telling Black women that. My oldest, he got through the first year without his mother. And I say got through because we surrounded him with love. We gave him the things that he needed, but you don't really get through that. You know what I mean? You just kind of, it just kind of is. Kind of how I feel, like how I feel about my sister, which is why next week we'll talk a lot about grief. My partner and I, our romantic relationship actually had some, I'll call it deposits. I feel like we've had a lot of withdrawals from our romantic relationship, and it has been hard. His birthday was a lot of romantic deposits for us. We spent some time just being us. We weren't parents. We didn't worry about the bills. We didn't worry about the kids. We didn't worry about the dishes. We didn't worry about anything. From the moment that we dropped off my stepson on Friday, last week, until he got out of bed Monday morning and I was still laid up in bed, we were just us. And I was telling my friend Jordan, it felt the way it felt when we first moved here 6 years ago. We just laid around in bed. We didn't wear clothes. We just, we wanted something. Somebody would tip to, I would tip to the kitchen in a towel or wrapped up in whatever I could find, like a sheet, or he would just run with nothing on to the kitchen and get me something to drink. After we've, been intimate for so long, we had a lot of sex. Sex was missing in our relationship because you don't really want to have sex with somebody you don't like. And for a while, I wasn't liking him. And so before we got to the sex, we actually just had we had some tough conversations. We had some positive conversations, and all of it was so necessary. Like I said, I don't know what tomorrow holds, or, what anything holds as far as, excuse me, this journey goes. I know 100% that the people that met each other in 2019 will never be in this home again. But I think the people that we are growing into, they still like each other. They still love each other. And they're still fighting for each other. Another thing that kind of helped me out, we're fighting for my man, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, because I ain't lie to him. I answered some of the DMs, okay? Okay? The men, y'all know. As a woman, as a beautiful woman who does content creation, men are always in my DMs. People are always trying to talk to me. And we are polyamorous people. We go to lifestyle events. So a lot of the men who have seen me at lifestyle events in Chicago, they're in my inbox. And I usually just ignore inboxes. Like, people inbox me, tell me how beautiful I am. I don't even say thank you, because it starts a conversation that I just don't want to be a part of. I used to say at least thank you, but then people will start calling me on Messenger, and it gets really weird. Like, people get really weird. And so that being said, I just don't respond. But when we was going through our shit, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was responding because I needed the attention as a woman. Like, I won't be one of those bitches that's lying. And later on in life, y'all can Aisha Curry me if you want to, because fuck y'all. At the end of the day, if a man is getting mistreated by his woman and he go outside and a woman call him fine, or a woman sucks his dick, first thing somebody else gonna ask is, what wasn't your woman doing? But if a woman go outside and go to the gas station on purpose looking good, so the niggas at the gas station could be like, damn, you fine, all of a sudden we ungrateful. That's bullshit. And so if later on in life this goes viral and y'all want to Aisha Curry me, do it. Because my man know that when he fucking up, I go get attention from other men. And it's funny because he's not the type of guy that feels some type of way about that. First of all, I feel like he's not the type of guy that feels some type of way about that because he know that these other niggas are boring. And so we talked about it. I was telling him, like, I guess we were laying up this weekend. And I was like, I guess I could stop responding to these DMs now. And he was like, them niggas was boring anyways, wasn't they? And I was like, yes. They are so boring. Ain't nothing out here in these streets, y'all. Ain't nothing out here in these streets. I love my man. He's my person. I knew that before I got on this fucking video and started making videos every week. This is me. Me even making this vlog was an effort to keep the relationship because I could have just left. I'm a single woman with no kids and we're not married. It's not hard. I love this man and I want to be here. And I want to be here with him. I do. But I won't be here with him if he's not doing the work. And the reason that I do love him is because I do see evidence of him doing the work consistently. And when he's not doing the work, I can call him on his shit and he doesn't take it in a negative way. And so I'm grateful for that. The show Blackish actually helped us start a lot of those positive and or tough conversations. And so I'm really grateful to media for the way that it starts conversations in homes, because sometimes it's not you talking about the actual situation. Sometimes it's talking about how that situation applies to your life. Sometimes the situation on TV is so heavy that you're like, and let me tell you what the shit that's going on in our house. Like, regardless of media brings out those necessary conversations. And sometimes I am very critical of media because I feel like, why would you put these types of images of our people out? But when those images start to hit home and apply to your home, you have to realize that they bring them out because they're real and we should be aware of them. So I'm grateful to the show Blackish and the writers for all of the conversations that they started in our household. I'm grateful to my partner for the work that I'm watching him do for us and on our relationship. And I'm grateful to myself for standing my ground because I don't want to be a person who says that, I just love this person, so I'm just going to let them do to me whatever they want to do to me. No, I'm creating a boundary and he is respecting the boundary because he wants to be in my life, and those are wins to me. And so I'm grateful for that. The thing that we just have to work on is keeping it together, keeping it consistent. We got to get through the winter. The winter is really hard for me. Seasonal depression is a thing for everybody. So everybody in the house kind of just like quiet. We all just kind of like go to work, school, come home. But when the sun comes out, my goal for the spring is to do more activities, outside activities with the boys, because like I told my partner this weekend, I love you, baby, but you getting big. You getting big. And he's like, I feel it, baby. I feel it too. And so as a family, I'm not just gonna be like, go work out, nigga, before you get your shit together. As a family, we gonna, when the weather break, we gonna start doing things, and I feel like that will help us get the youngest a little bit of a break from being essentially an additional parent to his little sister. And that's really all I want. All I want is for the boys to have a little pocket, a little incubator of peace and love in this home. And then whatever the world is for them, that's what the world is for them because they're Black men, and I can't change that. But I do want this home to be a little incubator of peace and love. And so I want to start to get an anime show that all four of us will sit and watch consistently starting the spring. And I want us to go to the gym as a family because I probably won't ever have children in my life. But I feel like I am cheating myself and these children out of a really great experience if I look at it and just go, they're not my kids. And so keep praying with me through that. We'll work through that as we continue to work through that. But that's pretty much the update around here. I'm going to hold grief until next week because I really want to talk about that. And I don't want to get into that and realize that it's been 20 minutes. So let's go right into crochet. We closed for another successful year. We started crocheting and selling it in 2022. This will be year 3 of, in my opinion, success. I have not had any missed orders except for one order a few years ago from a friend of mine, a former friend of mine who's no longer my friend, that I couldn't get his scarf and had to, and then he just started to give me a hard time about getting the scarf that had to him. I've since blocked that person because fuck you, I don't have time for that. We had a vlog about him that year. But other than that, everybody who has placed the order has gotten the order unless they didn't pay me. Every person who has placed an order and gotten an order has gotten an order, and to my knowledge, because sometimes people think because I'm so nice they ain't gonna tell me, to my knowledge none of those orders have come down. At the beginning of the year, in the summer I did a collaboration with a bartender, and a part of her top came loose after she washed it, and I need to contact her so I can get that fixed. Other than that, anything that is unraveled has either not been communicated with me or has not unraveled. So Pats for Patsy, I did not run out of yarn. We cannot run out of yarn. My mother is a pack rat. You guys have probably seen, if you follow me on other social media, that room that I walk through is not a yarn store, y'all. That's my mother's house. So we didn't run out of anything. Right yesterday, actually, a good friend of mine donated 2 huge bags full of yarn. I gave my mom 2 bags. I have some garbage bags in my living room that I'll be taking to her tomorrow after we get off of work, so we can take the team to his grandmother's house. And I have like a ton of shit now. So shout out to my brother Jovan for the huge donation. That donation made me cry because a lot of people they do not really care to donate to your dreams because they're kind of following their own dreams, or they just don't want you to get ahead of them. And so for somebody to donate to me, or say, instead of saying I want to donate to you, instead of saying, I got this to just give to you, they could say, hey, I give it to you for a sale. You know what I mean? For him to just pull up and give that to me and not even want nothing. Like, some people be like, well, I'm going to give this to you, but then I want you to make me something. He just walked up, gave it to me, gave me love. I appreciate that. This has been a successful year. Along with selling items, I have made a lot of my personal items. I did a couple of dresses. I've done my birthday dress. I'm excited to completely make my whole wardrobe handmade. Like, even when I'm doing these vlogs every week, the goal is to like be in a lounge set that I made, or to have on a romper that I made eventually. But I really do want to just take this moment to like congratulate myself. I work so hard. And even now I'm looking at the timer and I'm like, we got 4 minutes. I want to give people tips. Before you give them tips though, Rika, you have been successful in business for 3 years. I'm like, ooh, why am I crying? Ugh. I'm super proud of myself. Because I do it all. I make the stuff. I take the pictures. I edit the pictures. I put the pictures on the internet. I promote it. I take the orders. Rinse, repeat. I model it. I do it all. So when I'm sending emails or when I'm sending a text message and I'm like, we, thank you, I'm the we. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. And I just need to take a moment to be proud of myself. I am. 2 minutes or more of tips, because honestly, the biggest tip that I kind of have for anybody that is crocheting is do it your way. Do it your way. 1 second, I'm sorry. Let's pause this. All right, I am back. My bad, guys. I had to address something at work. And that's another reason why I had to take a moment just now and be proud of myself. Because, like, I work a full-time job. And I'm not half-stepping at my job. I'm one of the highest performing people at my job. And along with doing that, I'm doing all those things. Taking pictures, making the art. And people get their shit fast. Like, people will tell you, if you order on Monday, you likely got what you wanted in 7 days, unless it was a bigger order and there's nothing I can do about that. You feel me? But as I was saying, if you are a crochet artist and you want to have your own business, do it your own way. For my business, I have moments where I don't take orders during the year. Like, I don't take orders in July because it's my birthday and I want to get myself prepared for my birthday. I want to make my outfit in peace. I don't want to be rushing. I do not take any orders. I'm going to stop taking orders at all in December. Because every year, I use my family's birthdays as benchmarks for closing. And so I usually close on December 15th, which is my oldest brother's birthday, and then my older brother's birthday. And then I don't open up until either my oldest brother's birthday, which is Dr. King Day, January 15th, or my mother's birthday, February 2nd. It really does depend on me and my hands and how I'm feeling. This upcoming year, I'm not going to open up until February 2nd. But closing in the middle of December, a week usually before Christmas, has historically been stressful for me. Because everybody go, oh shit, she done taking orders December 15th. On December 10th, let me order 5 hats. Let me order everything for my Christmas Now, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to push it back. I'm going to use my partner's birthday as the cutoff, which makes sense, right? His birthday starts my December and takes me into the holidays. So Thanksgiving essentially is the last time that people need to get those Christmas orders in to me, because by his birthday, I'm done for the year, and I'll come now. And since I'm gonna push it back and start kind of closing down at December 7th. I'll open back up January 15th. I can do that. That's fine. January isn't a month where I don't need to be working, and then I'm open from January 15th all the way through June. I don't close at all during the fall or the springs. I don't have a reason to. And then I close right at the top of the summer so I can enjoy my birthday, and then open right back up for the holidays, and we'll go ahead and close up at the beginning of December. So that's kind of like my fiscal year for my crochet business. If you are a crochet artist, do what you need to do for you, because you need to use your hands, and you don't want to wake up one day and you can't use your hands. The thing that has helped me the most this year, Canva. Canva. I truly believe that Canva and CapCut are the two subscriptions that I will never make sure that there's enough money on my account to have, because those two apps have helped me so much, creating content, videos, creating actual pictures that have, you know, generated background, so it doesn't look so what I call like low budget. Like, I've got more business because right after I finish a project, I snap a picture, toss it in Canva, generate a nice background, and the background usually creates a more, just a more clean idea or image of the visual. So I think the biggest thing that I can give you, if you're watching this and you're a crochet artist, take your time, do what you want to do. Don't let because crochet is the thing right now. So everybody want to tell you, do this, do that, do this. If you don't do that, feel comfortable saying no. I tell people all the time, no, I can't do that, but I'll show you who can. And then also, along with feeling comfortable with saying no, like, take your time. Take your time. One of the things that I don't like a lot, and I'll wrap us up, is because I'm so nice, there are probably things out there that I could get better at, and people aren't giving me any feedback because I'm so sweet and I'm so nice, and they're afraid to hurt my feelings, which is wild because I never told people that I was sensitive. Like, if you're watching this and you've ever ordered from me and something you have is unraveled, come off, something like that, tell me. Please tell me. I will fix it. I will do better. Like, it's not that hard. Like, I literally, one of my former friends, I gave her a hat, and I'll be honest, I whipped that shit together. I didn't put a lot of love in that, and I could tell, and she could tell. And she was like, can I take it down a little bit and fix it? Because this is how I really want it to look. And I was like, no, I'll fix it, and I'll make it look the way you want it to look. But at first I was offended by it, but I had to take that feedback. Like, at the end of the day, you needed that feedback because you rushed that. You did a rush job, and you shouldn't do that. And so that has helped me with taking my time with every project that I make. Every project that I make, I take my time with it. I think about the person that I'm doing it for, and that has made it so much easier for me. And so hopefully that makes it easier for you. Excuse me. If you are a business owner of any kind, get CapCut, get Canva, because you need those things. You need quality content. I don't care if you don't want to be a content creator. If you are a business owner, you're a content creator, because all your money on the internet. All in all, beyond the fact that I am feeling a lot of heaviness because Christmas is coming up, the anniversary of my sister's passing is coming up, and that's why next week I do need to talk about grief, because I need to cry. I feel good, even though it's a lot going on. So I feel heavy. But I feel good. And that's a good place to be. I ain't gonna put myself through too much. I love y'all. I thank y'all for being here with me during this journey. I'm about to get to work. I'm actually not stinking up the joint because my job isn't messaging me. So we're gonna go on and get out of here with enough time to probably make me some quick breakfast. Have a good day, and I'll see y'all next week.